Hello everyone, how good of you to join and welcome back to Anno 1800 Extreme. We continue right onwards with our tiny city there right now. Yeah, ships in attack. That's always the case. I don't worry about that. Now we continue with some city expansion right off the bat. I would like to continue expanding a bit further over there. We do have a lumberjack hut here that I'm not going to need anymore since we have the trade route now fully working. Let's also have some road connection then to this mine that we have over there, and then we have this tiny industry zone. Let's also go ahead and just build this smaller bridge here. That's no big deal right now for us. And I would also like to build us actually a paved road right away, a paved bridge. This costs me then some bricks, right? So 20 tons. Okay, there's a bit more fighting going on right now. Yeah, it's Miss Hunt with a ship off the line. I don't mind. Give me whatever you have. Nothing too dirty, please. It's the length of a rope. Seriously, what is this? All the wrong toys that she's giving me there. Ball and chains and ropes. This is all Miss Hunt's work. I would like to probably, for that bridge. Yeah, I wanted to go with this one here, right? With that we have a tiny beach area there that we can use, right? And along that we have then probably some buildings here. So the marketplace that we have over there should work out with its radius for now. That's fine. And we can actually have some more buildings than here. Now, you might laugh at this, right? Because it's so tiny, but of course it's only the start of a bigger district here that we are planning. And they should then actually also get their market coverage. Let's see how high it goes. Actually full, perfect. Nothing more I need to worry about here. And another house here. Every single bit counts, right? The other expansion is up here, so that we have still some warehouses there left. This one here especially, and the police station. We can't relocate them, unfortunately, so we'll have to delete them. The same goes with those brick factories. They're dirt cheap anyway, so I'm not too worried about them. And I would like to get them up somewhere else. Now, where should that be? As always, space is tight. We have still the Schnapps distilleries here. But for now, I'm probably just going to move them up to this space here, those two, right? So that's a bit of money that we wasted, all right. And with that, we have the brick industry up and running here, and we can get rid of this warehouse there at least. And I would also like to move this warehouse probably a bit further away from everything, right? So somewhere over there should be fine. And let's just get us one bigger road then all the way to that side. And with that, we have made a bit more room here. The next market, though, is too far away, so we are going to also add a market then here. Now this is all going to look a bit nasty. Let's have a road here. So this is going to be the main road then. We really need to do this step by step, otherwise I will not be able to fulfill it all. And then we just need that market somewhere here. It's probably here, right? Because with that we can then have this whole area then later on be used for it. Perfect. And we can actually have another row of buildings then as well in this area. Perfect. This is what I would like. Also here. And let's actually also move this warehouse away. Actually, I don't think we need that warehouse here. Nah, we have a warehouse here. That's totally fine. I could also go ahead and say get rid of these two here. And move this one a bit further down. Because I'm not going to have that steel industry here. It wouldn't make sense anyway, right? So let's not do this and save us all that space here. There you go. And with that, we can have some nice further expansion of that city. This is a perfect pub area that we can use for now. And then we have the road connection again. And on the other side then too, just by the brick factories, why not? We have some more people then living here too. So that we finally have that expansion over the river, right? Where we then also have people living. I could even squeeze them in here if I want to be super efficient. However, of course, it's not looking very nice. So let's actually not have this one for now. I think we should be fine without it. Of course, this takes away space for industry, right? So this is something we need to keep in mind. Yeah, I think we have everything for that. Let's build it. As many as possible to continue my farmer population upgrades. Very nice. So with that, we can continue. But before we continue, let me briefly show you my partner Patreon. If you enjoy the content and consider supporting me directly, then Patreon is the way to go, with 95% of your contribution going to the channel without additional fees.
You can choose between 4 tiers of support and earn perks such as your name in my videos, access to the Discord VIP server with key giveaways, as well as ad-free selected videos on the platform. Membership can be cancelled anytime. Thank you!
And we continue onwards right away then also in Brownwell, because over here, let's unlock the framework niches and the glass or the windows. I would like to get a bit more worker population up, and some of you have been rightfully pointing it out, these poor people don't have a pub, right? I was that stupid. We don't have a pub here. This is outrageous. Really it is. This is unacceptable. A pub is a mandatory requirement. Let's also have a bit of a paved road there so we can spread it over to these guys there. And this actually leads to a content population right away. Providing a bit of fish for them should also be one of my targets there. It's super cheap to do, and fish we need only 1 ton, right? And this one already fulfills it. For a whopping 25 farmers we lose with that. It's fine, because we get more farmers out of the fish demand again as well. Now this then leads to a happy farmer population that I will be able then to boost hopefully as well. A bigger attack actually, look at that. There's 3 AI opponents here. There's Alonso, Miss Hunt and the Admiral fighting. Crazy stuff, honestly. And the Admiral is actually fully moving in here. We have our... fighting the pirate right now. Let's have 1 warship here and 1 there. I have to split them further. And you know what? Let's actually move a couple more warships to the New World. Not these guys there. I don't have enough ships of the line there. Another one is coming out. Where would I have one that I don't need right now? We have 2 here. 3 patrolling here. Let's actually send 1 of them to the New World. Salsa Verde it is. Should be fine really, right? Not expecting too much damage there coming out of this. Right. Oh, no timber in. Yeah, that's the trade route. That's the problem with the trade route. Where's my... There's my timber trade route. It's not full. That's good. So we would have still some room to grow here with the sawmills and the logs. However, I think the logs we're boosting. No, we're not. Let's do this. We need more logs anyway. And let's boost the sawmills there as well by about 15%. Every single bit counts. Alright, finally we can upgrade. We have lots of farmers, so let's go ahead. 130, that should be fine really. And Brownwell is a port town now. And let's just get the rest of the timber out. We have some windows too. And with that I can now use the 2 limestone deposits that we have here. This is number 1. Super important that we get this one started as soon as possible, because it's a pretty long trade route and process before we get the materials out of that. There's number 2. What I can see there is though no warehouse other than this one here, so let's actually also give this one a warehouse that we should provide. It's reducing efficiency of the hunting cabin by nothing, so it still stays at a 100%. Fine for me. We're producing 7 tons by the way with that while we're here and focus on this island. It's still a surplus of 3 right now that we have, so we can still have 1 more fur hunting or fur coat production without having to rebuffer here, right? And this is now starting. Now, where's my trade route for Brownswood? That's this one here. How much is it? Yeah, the fur is almost full. The coal is not full yet. And we still would have 1 area available. So for now, I can actually go ahead and have my clipper doing this, since the volume is also not very high to get the cement over to Sleepy Hollow. We might actually have to use a second ship on this trade route here though soon. And we are producing now with that 1, or actually 2 tons. That's 4 tons of cement that we produce now per minute here. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. And with that, we can now start with the cement or the reinforced concrete production. Steel is fine, a +2 it is. I'm happy with steel beams. Sewing machines probably will need to be a rebuffer. Yes, so we will need another sewing machines factory. Let's actually do this now. And let's actually do it the right way, not like this. But we can actually squeeze it in here, right? That is number 2. Having a bit more space here doesn't hurt. These are some massive factories. Beautiful too. By the way, I think someone purchased back the share here. Yeah, once again. Give it back. With that, we actually stick around the 7,000 on the income. Let's also purchase another Alonso share here. To 7,500. How's the Admiral looking? Actually, he's looking really good. economically wise, he's got a very good share value. And the price is high too. But he has not advanced to engineers yet. His harbor defenses though are outrageous. This I cannot take for the moment. Because I was already thinking about, of course, conquering the Admiral for good. But this is too much. We would need steamships. He's got a flamethrower plus all the cannons. That would be very, very hurtful. Another ship of the line comes out. Europa. Hello there. Let's actually get it over there. And can we? Yes, we can build another one. And I would also like to go with another clipper. Some timber is in. Let's actually use this for a bit more expansion here. Ooh, noob mistake. I was not building that road. That's when you are under pressure too much. Let's rebuild them. There they are. And with that, this district is coming along. Might actually have a tiny area here with just fitting something, right? Welcome. Welcome to this. Look at that. It's beautiful. I love it. So with the surplus that we have, also my next ship of the line, sorry, I'm going to do this quick, Sweet Harmony. With that we have 3 warships now. One is securing this area from the pirate, and one is securing this channel here from the incoming Misshunt or Admiral attacks. Right, and there's also some loot from time to time here because we destroy pirates, and that's 22 tons of weapons. This is also why I don't want to have a ceasefire with the pirate yet. They're not that strong mid-game, and I think we're mid-game. They're only getting stronger really later. And right now, it's just easy loot for us. And that loot sometimes contains really valuable stuff. Right, like those 22 tons of weapons and 20 tons of gold, which is a lot of money. Let's get this one in Salsa Verde. Let's head back quickly. And here, I would like to start now with my reinforced concrete production. We have everything for this ready. We got the limestone now coming in. We have the steel surplus for at least 2. Right, and we can build at least 2 of them. The goal is to have 4 at some point. So once again, that will require some space. And as you can see, yeah, space is a problem at this point. Alright, actually I think this is a good area for that. Let's get rid of the brick factory there. And the brick factory we can easily move then over here. There is a bit more space, and this tiny area that we have would actually be fitting for a brick factory. And then we still have some room here for something else. Who knows about it? And with that, we should hopefully be able to get at least 3 into this one. Oh, almost 4. It's disappointing. Yeah. How could we squeeze in the 4th one here? Okay, I get it. We can actually move those 2 bakeries away. Let's build this bakery again. And let's build another one down here because there is still some room for bakeries. We probably will need to have a bit more bread anyway, so let's have 1 more bakery just for now. And with that, we have more space than in this area. Plus, the road here was perhaps a bit mistaken on my part, so let's just make it like that. And with that, we can actually squeeze in 1, 2, and then a 3rd one in here, and the 4th one, yeah, behind it. Right, so they actually have access to this warehouse there. And we do have some more room here than 4 houses. Holy cow, this is working out. And with that, we have this whole production now setting up here too. We can actually start with the first 2. They are, well, not really anything. They are not unattractive or so, right? And they're really just producing now steel beams for me. Reinforced concrete that I'm going to need for my new productions here, like the spectacle production, for example. By the way, we are at ceasefire with Misshunt and the Admiral. That unfortunately is outside of my recording, but they offered it. The Admiral first and then Misshunt second. And with that, we have, yeah, peace for now across the globe, which is good. It's good for us, it's good for them. Hopefully, they can grow a bit, and we can grow again a bit. 155, I would like to, just as a precaution, also upgrade a few more people in Brownswell. Right, and why are they unhappy particularly? Wouldn't be that unhappy again. It's the workers all over. And charcoal kiln? No, we're not boosting the workers in any way, so no idea. They're just unhappy by default. It's their mentality on Brownwell. And And it doesn't take long on this glorious day to finally also get some reinforced concretes. Then in, that's the beginning of something great, I hope. Now, another thing we definitely want to tackle now is my Schnapps industry. Now, we have started with that as one of my first industries. And yeah, it's taking up this block here in Sleepy Hollow. And I don't want that anymore. So we're going to move the Schnapps industry over to Admiral's Demise, where we have lots of space, right? So right now, I think we have a total demand of 15 potatoes or something like that across all islands. We can just check this up here. Demand is actually 14 tons, right? And these 14 tons are coming from where? Right from this single island, Kallenborg over there. We have, however, have already boosted it, so there's not that much more potential coming out of this. That's it, right? So I can still boost it with probably, trade union and stuff like that, and that's it, unfortunately. So in this case here, the potatoes it is until I find a new potato island. For now though, we can use it to add the Schnapps distilleries then here. And yeah, we don't actually need that many of them, right? So we have the 6 already that we have in Sleepy Hollow. And we can go ahead and just make this a block of 8, most likely. Let's make it a block of 10. And this is already all the Schnapps that we need in the world, because we have 2 islands where Schnapps is absolutely important. And that's Admiral's Demise, right, which is growing at this point. So Schnapps consumption is increasing quite a bit. And then, of course, there's Sleepy Hollow here with the biggest Schnapps consumption of 10, leading to a total demand of 15 tons of Schnapps. And with that, we have a total production of 20 tons of Schnapps per minute. And well, that should be enough for a while. We have a police station, we have the fire station, so infrastructure is all set up for it, and we don't need to worry about it. The only thing we need to worry about is trade routes. So we have... Alright, down here, look at that. Alonso, Miss Hunt is trying to take over Calavera here, and she is not succeeding. There is no defense here. And that's an Alonso Island. It has no potatoes. Boring for us, right? Not really anything that I need to worry about for now. I want to redefine this trade route here. So we have Endearment that is transporting now is actually coming back right now, and we are not going to take potatoes with it anymore. It's just focusing now on the grain. And by the way, there's something else that I need to focus here on. Well, this is coming in, and that is most likely we need a bit more storage here. So I should be able, with the resources I have, perfect, get me at least one depot on the way. That's actually something I would like to do. Right, getting a bit more storage out here. That's in the storage capacity of plus 50. That's already fine, right? That's all we need. And now I'm just taking one of my available clippers from Kallenborg to Admiral's Demise. Look at that. There is an Harlow right in between. So this is going to be a tricky one. We actually need to move the waypoints a bit around this to get to Admiral's Demise. And we're going to pick up then all the potatoes that we have there. And we're going to pick up then the Schnapps in Admiral's Demise. And this is the surplus Schnapps, right? So this is all we need really from this. And Geboa, yeah, you can go on this trade route. Another thing I just noticed is, of course, also here, we have that one here, Kallenborg, Admiral's Demise, where we deliver... That is a mistake, of course. We also need to stop in Sleepy Hollow. That's my mistake. On its way back to Kallenborg, we are doing this. And the thing is, actually, there it is. This waypoint can be direct, and this one is a bit convoluted, right? So it's looking like that now. That's the one. And then we have that one here. Taking Schnapps from Sleepy Hollow to Admiral's Demise, we don't need that anymore. Off it goes, right? This opens up a new slot here, actually. And I think we might put the workload in because that's almost full. So there's those things also working now. Let's just wait for this to actually get over there. We are going to unload that manually ourselves, as we don't need that Schnapps here. There you go. Activate this one again. And in Admiral's Demise, don't forget, the total amount right now is 15. So we have 8, 16. That would be the total production now that we have right now. And of course, we're going one step further and add this one here on top of that for the maximum. Let's actually get us another warehouse out there as well. The only thing is, of course, farmer population. Admiral's Demise will need to grow as well there a bit. So we're just going to add a few more buildings now. Already have quite a few workers here as well. I mean, I was expecting really that this would be a bigger city, but it's growing faster than I thought it would be. So Admiral's Demise really is something for enthusiasts with that growth rating there. Yeah, of course, with all of this, hopefully that worker population should go up again. Of course, we might actually run into some fish problem with all of this. It's +1 still. Yeah, that's fine because we're not at full efficiency there at the moment, right? And we get then all the Schnapps over. Another thing I would like to do before we actually had, I think I already have, no. Admiral's Demise, a minimum stock of 20 tons I would like to keep here for the population, for the local population. The rest can go over to Sleepy Hollow. Just that we have some on board. And with that, yeah, goodbye. That's great. That's really great because this gives me two things. First of all, a bit more space, most likely for sexy electrical power plant, but also, and that's really cool, for more upgrades. We have 1,100 farmers now in Sleepy Hollow that I no longer need. I could build a commute peer network now, but that's boring, right? I mean, we would have then, we wouldn't have to need then have several bigger islands, I should say, bigger cities, and I don't want that. So I like the smaller cities there as well. Actually, on the other side of the pond, we could upgrade now. Let's do this. Right over here. And here as well. Why do you want not to upgrade? Okay, there is a road problem. This we could easily overcome by upgrading some of the roads here. With that, there it is. 100% coverage. All the way to this one here. So they will want to upgrade now. And then here we still have some farmers as well. And I guess these guys there. Perfect. They're so dirt cheap to upgrade. That's nice. And that'll also, of course, lead to a more growth there on the ballot. So this is how moving one tiny industry can actually make such a huge difference. Lesson learned. How's Brownwell looking, by the way, now? So we have now the population here. This is all rather stable. I don't think I need to touch this island for a time now. And I don't want to touch it for a while. The fish production is fine. We have some resources left for church. Perhaps a bit more timber. Keep them permanently happy. Might be worth a thought. Who knows about that? Since we're at peace with everyone, they're very busy fighting each other. There's no denying that. They're decimating each other, and I don't need to worry about a thing in the world. There's now the potatoes redirected. So this is all working out. It's looking a bit strange on the map itself, but it'll work because we circumvent the pirate.
So good to see you, Uncle.
So far so good. With that, the foundation for the spectacle factories and also our lab bulb factories are done. And then we should probably finally look at electricity as well. All of that in the next episode. Stay tuned.